Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Lifetime Success. We are on a campaign trail. We are talking to leaders, we are talking to candidates. This has been an amazing day for Jennifer Yon Agency. We have been really out in the community, just getting to know who is out there, who and what they have to offer, what they have to bring to the table. But I think most importantly, before you think about who you're going to vote for, because that's what we have been talking about over the last month. And we're now in August. There is early elections that is taking place next week. It's so important that we identify who our leaders are, where they come from, why they are choosing to run for office, and then do what we need to do to support the effort by building up our communities, by also going out and voting. You know, we talk about this, but what we really need to do is put the action behind our voices and make a choice and vote. So on this Friday, and you all know I hardly ever come out and do a live on Friday, we are living it up on this fantastic Friday. It's been an amazing week. I have a special guest today. I am excited to talk to her. So if you're watching, stop what you're doing, start sharing this video, and go ahead and pop your questions in if you have any questions. At this time, I am going to welcome Kamia Brown. Kamia, hi, how are you? Representative Kamia Brown, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am great. It's Friday. It's been a long week.
It definitely has. Definitely looking forward to the weekend.
Yes. Well, I don't know what the weekend looks like for you because this is a very important time. This is your first time on the Jennifer Yon Agency
Yeah.
platform. So I really want to take the time for individuals to get to know who you are and what you are currently doing.
Well, who I am a mom. I am a lifelong member of this community. I'm born and raised here in Orlando. Graduated from Jones High School. So hey, Tigers. Have spent my life here. My family is here, and currently serve as the state legislator or House of Rep for House District 45, which is pretty much West Orlando. So it includes the areas of Ocoee, Apopka, the East Winter Garden area, the Pine Hills area, Lockhart, Rosemont. So I'm a third term legislator, and have enjoyed my time in the House. Got started in the political process as an intern while at Florida A&M University, and so I have stuck with it from an intern to then a legislative aide, now a House member, and soon to be your next senator for Senate District 15.
We are talking, I'm getting a lot of our audience that are asking questions like, okay, what does that job entails? Why would we call this person? What kind of issues that we may be having that this person can help us deal with? So it's clear. What is the description? What do you do within your job?
Well, okay. So, as a state legislator, you are the one that represents a certain area. There are 120 House members throughout the state of Florida. And so, just from the perspective of the House, you represent a particular area in Tallahassee. And so, we have committee weeks. We also have the legislative session. And our job and obligation is to pass a budget for the entire state of Florida. But as you know, while there, you need to bring some money home too, or we have the opportunity to make changes to laws. And so I'm a lawmaker, and those deal with pretty much anything. So whether it deals with laws relating to business regulations, or whether it deals with children and families, healthcare, infrastructure, economic development, transportation. We do it all within Tallahassee. And so whether it's a change of a law or whether it's creating new ones that we need to govern the entire state. I feel blessed to be one of 120. when we have millions of people here in the state of Florida, it is definitely an honor to be one of a very few number to be able to make a huge impact on our state.
Wow, that sounds like a heavy job. So you
Oh,
are
definitely.
juggling a lot, and you've been juggling a
Yeah.
lot up in Tallahassee.
Yes. So, it's considered here in Florida, we have a part-time legislature, and that's built of House members and Senate members. There's 40 senators in the state, and there's 120 House members. Those particular positions are considered a part-time job, right?
Mhm.
And so, in other legislatures across the country, some are full-time, others are part-time. But I'll definitely tell you the hours that I put in to this particular position are full-time, and sometimes definitely overtime because of just the continuous needs of our community and me, wanting to be there to help and navigate people through the red tape of Tallahassee.
You put in a lot of hours, and
Yeah.
you mentioned earlier that you're a mom. How does that balance work with, and tell us about, mom life?
Well, I'm a new mom. I have one son, Mr. Kaysen, who's 22 months old. And so, as I mentioned to you, I'm a third term legislator, which means I've served for 6 years. But the past just about 2 years, I've balanced, literally juggled being a full time parent, but also what I call a full time legislator. It has been definitely challenging at times, but a blessing at the same time. Due to this is something I've wanted to do for quite some time, is to be a mom and a hands-on mom. I know I could not be what I am to Kason without my mom, who retired about 5 years ago, and so she helps me by traveling with me to Tallahassee. We're usually in Tallahassee probably about 5 months out of the year. And
Wow.
so, she's there with me. The legislature has been so gracious. Uh, you know, I've been there forever. I literally have grown up in the state's capital. I've been pretty much going back and forth there for about 20 years now, if you add all those years up.
Wow.
But they ended up putting a nursery onto one of my offices because I currently serve in leadership as well as a Democratic leader pro tem. That's the number two Democrat in the House. And so with those leadership responsibilities, I spend a lot of time in the Capitol. And just, there is no set hours as to when I could go pick up a kid from daycare. So I'm able to have him right there with me while they're serving in the Capitol.
Wow, that is awesome. I remember being a young mom, and of course, having the support of your mom, to me, is what helped me the same way.
Yeah,
Um,
couldn't do it without her.
I know. So I've seen you out hobnobbing, because we have been out hobnobbing, and
Yeah.
I've seen you with your little man, and I've seen you with your mom. That is inspiring,
Oh, thank you.
um,
Yes.
very inspiring. For moms that are out there, what advice would you give them to say, hey, you can accomplish what you believe in?
The advice I would give is just to keep going. We can do anything we set our minds to do, and we come from strong women,
Yes.
and strong women who have balanced it. However, God, I'm a Christian, so I believe God will make a way, and He won't put more on you than you can bear. And so, there are goals. They may not come when you want them, or how you envision them to be just so perfect, but we all are imperfectly perfect. And if you keep going, you'll be able to get to where you want, or to be able to accomplish what you want to do in life. Me, I balance it all, and again, just blessings come along the way. Who would have known, or who would have thought that a person can raise their kid or be a legislator and have their kid right next to them, while serving, the people of the state of Florida.
Mhm.
There have been articles on it, but today's a new day.
Yeah.
And again, there can be accommodations made if you ask. Don't accept no, but just keep going,
Mhm.
and don't give up on your dreams or goals because of a kid.
Yes, yes. So balancing is very important.
Yeah.
If you're watching, share this video, but you also know what I stand for. I stand for my weekly massages. I stand for taking that self care. What do you do to shut down, to just relax?
I take naps. Because sometimes that's all I have time to do is to
Right.
just be at home and just lay with my baby.
Yeah.
That's self care for me.
Okay.
It looks different now, and it looks different for everyone.
Hmm.
And just with the coming and going, whether it's a community meeting or an event in the district, sometimes you just want to do the simple things of just letting your hair down,
Yeah.
and watching a good show. My show is Chicago PD. So if
Okay.
I get a chance to watch it,
Uh-huh.
I am a happy woman. So times before it looked like me just taking a weekend or a couple days out of a month,
Hmm.
each month, to just do what I wanted to do. Because I love the work that I do. This is my passion, which is to serve folks. I've done it all my life. I come from a family that has served their community, and so it's sometimes you get caught up with just continuously saying yes, yes, yes. And
Hmm.
sometimes you just got to stop, and whether it's getting a room for a couple days, or just sitting at home and sitting in silence or peace, or going for that walk, or going to, get a nice meal with a couple friends. That's kind of how I used to do it.
You
Uh,
used to. So it's a
yeah,
campaign time, and you're not
but
getting a
with
lot
this
of that in.
campaign, yeah, with this campaign, I have not had much of that
Okay.
as of lately. I would say probably within the past year, it's
What
it's
is
been very challenging.
what is the average day been like for you campaigning?
It is, getting on the phone, raising money.
Okay.
That is a big part of it. Getting out there, making sure I introduce myself to a lot of folks. I've been elected 6 years. The last time I was on a ballot was in 2016, because each year I did not have anyone that ran against me. And it was because, we put in the work, not only on the campaign trail, but we also put in the work while serving within the legislature. And so I was always reelected without opposition. And so here we are 6 years later, folks. I have to reintroduce myself to many people,
Hmm.
and part of that, not necessarily saying I haven't been out in the community, but part of that is due to the pandemic. We've had folks to kind of shift, and we have over 1,000 folks that move to this area, every week. And so, it's getting out there, making sure folks get reacquainted with me, and, hustling, going to various events. We've done hobnobs to get, our name out, and introduce ourselves to the business community, constituents, and we've done various debates as well.
Hmm. When you talk about debates, and of course, there's ups, there's downs with running a campaign that I'm seeing. What is there been any key points that has stuck out in a debate with you that you feel the need to say, this is my stand on it?
Um, so yeah, there have been, my opponent is one who, has been around for some time. And I would say, there have been just a few things. I think we sort of have many similar stances on things. Um, but there have been, let's just say, a couple things. Let's just say,
We got time for one. We got time for one of the things that we can
okay,
talk.
let's say I take on the easy stuff, right?
Okay.
Or she only wants to do something easy, and I would beg to differ. Many of the pieces of legislation that I deal with, or many of the things I deal with in Tallahassee, I'm not like a one pony show. I'm dealing with all issues, all sort of, whether it's criminal justice, whether it's, entrepreneur, economic development, small businesses, healthcare. I deal with it all. But one thing I want to do is make sure that I'm not doing something easy, such as a ceremonial thing. I want to do something that makes an impact, something that helps people with their day-to-day lives. So whether that's creating additional job training programs, whether that's putting more funding for mental health programs or behavioral health programs, money to bring back home for after school programs, creating STEM labs. We were able to bring home money to create in Grand Avenue Park, the community center for a partnership for the Orlando Science Center to come over into that community to create a program to expose our kids. And so me, that's what I choose to spend my time on. A lot of times people go to Tallahassee and they make it only about, raising a mic, yelling, screaming in a mic, or being here to speak and advocate. Me, I prefer to not only do that, but I'm also at the table. And me, I pride myself on just being a person who knows how to agree to disagree, but work bipartisan in order to get things done. With our community the way it is, I can't just scream out hate and you're a Republican, you're a Republican, you're a Republican. They're in control and they're the ones with the purse. What I need to do is to create and build relationships with them so that my community back at home get the things that they need. And I think that's important, when we look at who we send to Tallahassee or who we send to DC, you got to make sure these folks know how to, work with other people. Politics are changing. And what we see is so much bickering and fighting that nobody's getting anything done or not even really listening to people. Because I think, if you actually listen to folks, you kind of want the same things. You just maybe disagree as to how to get there or one or two or three different things. And I think though that's kind of where you should start as to how do we be able to accomplish things that help progress people, help bring prosperity to people, help get folks out of poverty, help them find housing. Right. These are the issues, like real serious issues versus me, going back and forth being petty. Yes. Me, I can be petty, but again, I'm sent up to Tallahassee to do work. So
yes, I love that. I absolutely love that. It's Friday. I know you have been out here in the community doing a lot this week. Yeah. What's on your weekend plans? Because I'm not going to hold you long. I'm so thankful for this opportunity to be able to talk with you. We will talk again on Thursday because you will be a guest on our Thriving Thursday show on WOKB. I'm excited about that. So what is on your weekend plans and how can a person help you push your goals? Tell us that as we are closing.
All right. Well, my weekend starts today. Later this evening at 8, we are going to Apopka. There is a benefit for the fallen firefighter that lost his life a few weeks ago. And so there is a benefit that'll be held for proceeds to go to his family. And so I was endorsed by the firefighters. I have been very supportive and also brought money home to build the fire station out in Apopka. So I'll be out there to show my support and, have a good time among friends. This Saturday, we are doing a canvas. And so we are asking folks to join us over at Eagles Nest Park to, knock on doors. We want to be able to bring everyone in to this campaign. We are picking up steam and want to go ahead and spread the good news and share with folks many of the accomplishments I've been able to have while in the legislature and how they can help send me back to Tallahassee. And so we'll be doing that. If there are folks who are interested in volunteering for an hour or so to come and knock on doors, please join us. If you want to make donations, we take $5, $10, $1,000, whatever you want to provide to this campaign. For more information on the campaign, you can go to www.kamiabrown, the number 4, spelled out Florida.com, to get familiar with some of the things I've worked on, the endorsements we've been able to receive in this race, but also, you know, how you can donate. So we're taking donations, we're taking manpower. If you want a yard sign or, you know, want to help pass out yard signs, we have a list of folks. We would love to get some help with delivering many of these. And so, you know, and more importantly, your vote on August 23rd. We're asking folks to go out to the polls and vote on August 23rd. Early voting starts this upcoming Monday. And so, you know, there are various ways to vote and many opportunities to do so. So we're asking people to exercise their right and go out and vote, vote in this primary election.
That is awesome. Yes. Without votes, we do not and we cannot make the changes in our community.
Yeah.
If you are unsure on where the polls are or early voting, we put the OCFelections.com website down at the bottom. Kamia's website was just also there as well. We'll pop that back on. What time are you all meeting in the park tomorrow?
We'll be out there at 9:30. I'll provide you some water. Okay. I got you a hat to keep you cool, and a little breakfast, a little coffee if you need it.
Okay. Now, what neighborhoods are you all hitting?
Oh, so we are going over to the Washington Shores, Richmond Heights community. And so we will be dealing with those areas tomorrow.
Okay, so if you are in those communities and you see the campaign team, make sure you say hello. Reach out to any of them and ask why they are walking, why they are knocking on doors with Kamia, and then you find out your reason that you would like to support her. Whoever you support, please make sure you get out and vote because your voice matters in our community. Thank you so very much for taking this time and talking with us. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing more of you next week and hearing more on your stands for the community.
Oh, absolutely. I look forward to speaking with you next week as well.
All right. You all have a great weekend that's watching. Remember, share this video, tag your friends, especially if you are in the district. And if you're unsure if your neighborhood fits that district, make sure you go on to the elections website, look at some maps. Your voice matters. This is why I am here doing what I do on this amazing, beautiful Friday. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. Don't forget, share this video and subscribe to watch more on our YouTube channel. Thanks again, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye.